can say definitively that religions are all bullshit.
Welcome to Brainstorm.
We have the explicit tag for a reason.
This is a base level argument to a higher level morality.
I get paid to science?
Two science as much as one can science.
What the hell was my point?
Trigger warning. The Brainstorm podcast will criticize your most cherished beliefs. We attack nonsense in all its forms and discuss difficult subjects. If you peddle pseudoscience, supernatural woo, or religious dogma, then this is not your safe place. This is the home of hardcore skepticism.
To those listening live or to our patrons, welcome back. For those listening weekly, welcome to the Shift to Reason Radio, the Brainstorm production that tries to educate and inform. We'll take current events and important skeptical topics and analyze them critically. Remember that we're live on Spreaker.com every second Friday, and today is May 12th, 2017. I'm still joined by Destin. Yes. Angela.
Hello.
Lisa.
Yo.
Rene.
Hello.
And the always amazing Dave.
What about me?
Shut his mic off.
Yeah. And turning down, right?
Yeah.
All right, and we're going to jump right into religious nuttery.
Cornerstone, this might be new to some of you. Scripture says that even our righteous deeds are as filthy rags to God. So even the good things that you do, even things like feeding the hungry and clothing the poor and taking in widows and orphans, as nice as those things are, if not done from the place of obedience to and a relationship with God, are completely worthless and disgusting to God. If you're not daily walking in a place of relationship to God, then the news that we have to bring you is that you're on your way to hell right now.
You are going to hell.
You've got to stop playing that good shit. Every time you play, it just makes me so angry. Like, it just riles
right?
me up.
Exactly the
It
point.
pisses me off every
That's
time.
the whole fucking point.
That's why he does it.
That's exactly
For
the
the
point.
first 6 months, I'd yell afterwards. I'd be like, "Brah!"
And it apparently has the similar effect with listeners as well.
Does
So-
And it amuses Cory to see me angry. So
yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
Gumby smash.
You won't like him when he's angry.
I do turn green, right?
Yeah.
It's really awkward because his pants ripped too.
Oh, shit.
Horizontally.
All right, Rene, what's your story?
Apparently, Stephen Fry is, well, problem is it turns out it's kind of a non-story.
Yeah, that's true. It started out as a story, but...
No, it's a fucking story. No, go.
Sort of.
No.
Anyway, it's apparently Stephen Fry was being investigated for under an Irish blasphemy law for a 2-year-old interview.
Yeah.
Because I've seen this quote all over
Yeah,
Facebook.
we talked about it when it came out, and it's been played over and over again, and shared over and over again.
Honestly, after rereading the quote, I don't quite understand the blasphemy part, because I mean, in Ireland they question God all the time, and they're very Catholic. But at any rate, so apparently because this blasphemy law, which has existed, and I looked it all up, but it's kind of slipped past my brain.
Okay.
But it's an old law that they reintroduced in 2009.
Right.
About these blasphemy laws. And apparently one lone person was upset.
But see, this is why I think it's a story, because 2009... fucking own, like they were just I was expecting to read the story like this has been a law since 1892 or 1392,
technically it was.
And nobody looked at it forever and forgot about it. No, they fucking revitalized it in 2009. Like,
I think
fuck
it actually
you,
existed
Ireland.
since
Fuck you.
1822. I think was on their books from 1822, and then it was
Fuck
revisited in 2009.
But the 1822 law was probably a revision of like an 1368 law. Like, I don't know.
Well, it is the land of orange and purple.
Oh, yeah. Well,
fuck's sakes.
But at any rate, one person
Don't
complained.
diss Ireland.
One person
Ireland.
complained.
Fuck them. Their
Fucking
abortion
awesome.
laws. Fuck them.
Renee's not getting any chance to tell this thing.
Yeah, get us
sorry,
some cute
sorry.
guys.
When I said it's the orange of land and orange and purple, I just meant the religious stuff. 'Cause that's what-
Catholic and Protestant.
yeah.
But anyway, so one person complained, and in the article, the original article, it says basically he was almost Canadian in his complaint. It's like, not that it offended me personally, but I know that it broke this law, so I thought I had to report it. You know, like, what? So, but the thing is that it has since been dropped because there hasn't been enough outrage over it, and apparently they just had an election in 2016, and one of the things they were planning on doing was they were looking into having a referendum to get rid of this blasphemy law because there's enough Irish politicians that think it's fucking stupid. In a democracy, you should be able to voice your opinion, and this includes religious opinion as well.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's kind of a non-story, although there is a connection to it to what's been going on, like say down in the States. Like it's in a way it's similar to how like what happens with say the FCC and like say what Stephen Colbert and his cock holster joke.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
What's Stephen Colbert do?
He made a joke
Called-
about
Trump.
Trump
being Putin's cock holster.
He said cock on prime time, and
It
no,
was-
he
it was-
did.
it
He
was
did,
funny.
but it was bleeped, and his mouth was blurred. But the fact that some people, which is ironically people on the right, took it as a homophobic joke.
No, people on the right didn't take it as
No,
homophobic.
that's been the quote I've
yeah,
seen.
yeah,
but
that's what they're pretending.
I mean,
but
this
they
is
didn't.
kinda- this is a
they don't
total
give a shit.
side
some people
track
are
on it.
thinking that that's manufactured outrage. That's the FCC's job.
Well, not.
Even like they investigate
Well-
all
Oh,
complaints.
they investigate
They
all
do,
complaints,
yeah,
and that's
that's
kind of
true.
how this is that it's
The Irish government has to investigate it because
Yes.
somebody complained, and
Yeah.
it's a law on the books. So, but
How is
One
this a
person
law in the
was
book
outraged,
That was like,
so-
it's the 2009 thing that gets me. I'm
Still a law, though.
Yeah.
still on it.
I mean, yeah,
It's a bit
blasphemy
weird.
laws are bullshit.
If you live in
Mind you, I
Moose
think
Jaw-
obscenity laws are bullshit.
If you get exiled from Moose Jaw, they have to give you a shotgun and a horse.
Is that so?
That is a law in Moose Jaw.
Sounds profitable.
though,
Put
good
that on
luck
my
getting
bucket
exiled
list.
from Moose Jaw.
I'm gonna go make a.
Fucking hold my
I
beer.
challenge you.
I'm going to the
got no
spa
beer.
this weekend. I'm gonna try
More of a
and-
punishment to be told you have to go to Moose Jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
have to go there
does
to
your-
get exiled.
How
so
bad
no.
does your behavior have to be
It's
to
a
be
nice
exiled
city.
from Moose Jaw? I don't know. It seems.
I like going to the Western Development Museum.
I like the tunnels.
If you
I
get
really-
arrested,
Oh, I
if you
totally-
get arrested, you are exiled from Moose Jaw because you go
Right.
to jail. They send you to
Technically.
Regina, like if you go to jail.
If you go to
That's
actual,
not an
yeah,
actual
that's
exile,
true.
though, because you're allowed back after
Oh,
you're
sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
And we've
Now-
come
So
a
how do you get
long
exiled?
way from Stephen
So-
Fry.
But if they would have built the ark there,
It is what
like
we
they were
do.
planning, oh man, could I have got my
But
ass
isn't that
exiled?
still happening?
No, it was never really going to happen.
Has it been kiboshed?
I don't know if it ever went beyond planning's phase. Like I
Because I would
said,
have tried to fill it with real animals.
That would make for a
like,
great
like I said when we
podcast.
talked about it, there's never going to be a shovel put in the ground on that fucking thing.
No propaganda.
Money
So-
laundering, but
So now it's not a story.
kind of no.
They investigated and then quit, right?
well, they
Because-
dropped it because there wasn't enough.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough outrage. There wasn't enough people complaining. So
So
It's not a
blasphemy
thing.
laws are bad.
blasphemy laws are stupid.
Is that how law works? If there's not enough outreach, you get
I think
away.
it depends on the law.
I think it
That's why we
depends
still
on
have
law.
the same premier that we have.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's the case in the blasphemy
Depends
laws.
on your
Is
premier.
there's enough outrage, then I guess they'll do something about it. If not, but
yeah.
although with all the quotes Stephen Fry says, I still don't think there's much blasphemy there. I think they're valid points.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Valid points. Blasphemy. It's a blurry line there.
Yeah.
6 of one, half a dozen of the
Yeah.
other.
All right. So I also have a sort of blasphemy related story. A man in Saudi Arabia who renounced Islam and made disparaging remarks about the Prophet Muhammad was sentenced to death.
Yep.
In 2014, he uploaded a series of videos reflecting his views on social media and then was arrested for blasphemy. He was sentenced to death in February 2015 and then appealed and lost the appeal in just recently on April 25th, actually. So, yeah. So
That's awful.
rather than going the way of not enough people outraged, this one is going the other way where this man is likely to be killed.
Yeah,
because
but the difference is, though, I don't think Ireland has a chop square.
no, I don't think they do. No.
They don't
I
put
just think they have a
very many
line
people-
of shots you have to take.
Yeah.
Yep.
According
much.
to Amnesty International, Saudi Arabia carried out 154 executions in 2016.
Well, it's a good thing that they're the UN side of.
Yeah, they're on the Human Rights Council.
They are
and-
the Human Rights Council.
Yeah.
They lead it.
Yeah.
Their term expires in 2019, apparently. So they still have a couple of years where they are in charge of the Human Rights Council.
What a fucking joke.
No kidding, hey?
Yes. No, I'm not kidding. That's a fucking joke.
So
That's bullshit.
according to Amnesty International, they're actually the third highest for executions, behind China and Iran. And I'm not sure what China is executing people for, but they have thousands of executions in 2016.
I think China, it's along the lines of, it's really, it's the most efficient way. I mean, you have that many
Right.
people. It's like, and communist system, it's like, right, next. You know, like,
Well, didn't they execute the people that were responsible for that melamine scandal in formula?
I believe they did.
Didn't they execute like the 2 or so people that were
Yeah.
found culpable?
Jeebus.
Right?
Yeah.
And then again, I'm not sure
Jeebus.
exactly what Iran is executing people over, but they had over 570.
Well, they do.
Looks
They
like-
they have blasphemy stuff too. They'll
Yeah,
stone
they do
people.
have-
Like they.
yeah.
Don't they put
Well,
people to death?
They have a lot of rules.
Well,
that,
very, very,
Involve
it's similar but
death.
not the same Sharia law interpretations.
Well,
because-
no, because isn't Saudi Arabia Sunni Muslim?
Well, that's
and
why I said
Iran
similar,
is
but it's
Shia
different. Is
Muslim.
that they're both? I'm not sure the distinction.
Well, Sharia is one of those. I can't remember which one of the sects and not the other. I don't remember which one.
No, I think they both have a
Really?
version of it.
Oh, okay.
it's all Quranic law, though, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Because I mean,
there's
the
like a hadith and other little. I don't know anything.
the problem is as far as I understand it, and I'm no Islamic expert at all.
Me neither.
Is the real distinction between the two is weird? Is that it's not a whole lot in terms
Theological.
of theological.
No.
It's just, well, we believe the true lineages through this. Well, we
Exactly,
believe
yeah,
through,
yeah. I
through
think you're
that.
right, yeah.
And then that's the whole distinction between the two.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So, like, I mean, but it's both based on the same kind of similar idea.
Yeah.
different
it's-
regions even have different
yeah.
interpretations and breakdowns
Yeah.
of different things.
I
so-
mean, Iran is.
But Iran will like execute a woman for adultery sort
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
Like it's
Yes.
like, it's not.
it's pretty hardcore. Like
they'll stone somebody. Like they will bury them up to their shoulders and then throw stones at them until they
Well,
die.
and then you have Saudi Arabia. They're Wahhabists, which they're like, no, we are the ultimate hardcore. You know, like,
right.
Yeah.
So it's
That's a really good Saudi Arabian accent. Good job.
yeah. Well, can't leave all the we can't leave all the insensitivity to Gumby. We got to spread it around a
A
little,
little bit. Yeah.
He's not even listening to you.
No,
Nope.
he's tuning
He's
me
got
out.
his story
Texting
to deal
his
with.
girlfriend.
So, no, I was actually
Wife.
seeing why China executes more
Oh, okay.
people.
Why does China?
Sorry, no, I'm not telling now.
Fine.
Yeah.
Oh
You
fuck!
hurt
Don't
my
withhold.
feelings
Come
because I
on,
have
that's
feelings and they
bullshit.
get hurt easily.
That's bullshit.
That is bullshit. So
Such a snowflake.
That's him.
yeah, because white males are very rare. We're not a majority or anything.
Yeah,
We need a
unique and
snowflake
rare.
sound effect.
Yeah. See, I was waiting for somebody to call me a snowflake because I'm the exact opposite. Because in Canada there are about 10 million of me.
That's right.
Opposite of snowflake, mud puddle.
Actually, I think you're pretty unique.
Yeah.
You're like a grain
Not
of
really.
wheat.
Anyway, China,
Field.
most of their executions are for murder and drug trafficking.
Interesting.
Murder and
Most
drug
of their
trafficking?
thousands of executions.
Well,
Keep in mind, population.
Billion.
Over a billion people.
Over a billion.
2,500
I
average
suppose, and
annually.
if you have we kill people for this law being broken, then you end up with
So
a lot of people
2,500
being killed.
people out of a billion isn't many.
No, 2,500.
Well, it's still 2,500 people.
But yeah,
Percentage-wise, it's not a
percentage-wise,
lot.
it's not a very high percentage.
Iran does it because it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're joking about people being killed. All right, Gubby, your turn. More depressing stories that we can
First world privilege.
joke about.
So blasphemy, some more.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is
I
what
like
we're
to
on.
blaspheme.
10-year-old boy is dead after a Pakistani mob tried to kill a supposed blasphemer. So on Tuesday, a Hindu man named Parakash Kumar was arrested for allegedly posting a blasphemous image on WhatsApp. When the news went public, he was fortunate that he was in police station, since hundreds of vigilantes decided they were better equipped at meting out justice. So when news of his arrest was publicized by local newspapers on Thursday, a crowd of some 500 people, including traders, clerics, and politicians, surrounded the town's police station and demanded that he be handed over. The police said no. Mob turned against them, and there was some collateral damage as a 10-year-old boy was shot.
Jeez.
Fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Well, it's disgusting on three fronts. The fact that there were 500 people, including politicians and business people. It's disgusting because they have a blasphemy law, which caused this to happen, and that the media sensationalized it.
Yeah. Yeah.
On all three counts.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So this is why I'll always rail against the harm of religion, period.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean, we talked about how in Ireland they didn't really pursue the blasphemy thing because there was no public outrage. Obviously, these beliefs are very deeply held there. There is fucking outrage. Right?
Yeah,
Like, and
that's
look
right.
what can
Sure.
happen.
Wow.
People,
When you actually have a mob of people.
yeah.
Ireland is also in that Western democracy ideal.
No. I know.
But,
That's what I'm just
you know.
saying. Like it kind of goes to it shows the power of a belief, right? Like in that if you have a society where people are just like, nah, that's stupid. We're not, versus a society is like blasphemy is real. Fuck that
Yeah,
person.
that's
Like,
right.
Yeah.
But you got to think how many of those people are actually truly believers in blasphemy is evil and wrong, and how many of them
to
are
be
just
part
scared.
of a violent mob, I think you'd have to be
Sure, but there's 500 of them
pretty-
who say it's not a town of 10,000 people.
Well, I think,
Right.
I mean, if
Never
Underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups.
Well, I was going to say groupthink, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Well,
a better
yeah.
quote.
groupthink is
But that's
huge.
religion,
It's
right? I mean,
terribly
that doesn't mean they
compelling.
don't believe what
Right,
they're
those
saying.
500. That's what I'm saying. But like, there's probably more people that aren't religious, but they're just scared and they won't fight against the blasphemy laws because they
Yeah.
don't want to die.
And there
Yeah.
are probably
Yeah,
people
yeah,
in
sure.
that group
That-
that were
there's
like,
definitely
oh,
Sure.
fuck.
I mean,
I gotta fit
soccer
in.
hooligans, soccer riots. I mean, shit happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. People get crushed.
Let's take a break.
If you like what we're doing and want to help us keep the lights on, go become a patron at patreon.com/brainstorm podcast. You can hear the bonus half hour that we record every episode and get a shout out when you support the show. Become a patron for just $1 an episode at patreon.com/brainstorm podcast. Or you can support the show by ordering a t-shirt, mug or other gear from our store at caffeepress.ca/brainstorm podcast gear. If you can't afford to become a patron or buy gear, then why not give us a rating or write a review on iTunes or Stitcher? Every rating makes it easier for people to find us. Thanks for your support.
We are given one life, full of billions of small and large decisions. To be somebody, to change, to be kind, to give hope, to become a better person, and to leave a lasting impact on this planet. It is a decision to be made every single day while your heart is still beating. We've made our decision. Absence of Clothing, atheist and science-based apparel and merchandise, donating 50% of our profits to charity. Look good and feel good, without God. Check us out at absenceofclothing.com and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest for discount codes and other sweet swag.
Use the code BRAINSTORM at absenceofclothing.com and get 10% off.
Hi, I'm Trav Mamone.
And I'm Morgan Stringer.
Do you like drunken rants, major shade throwing, and semi-funny skits?
Do you often find yourself reading the news and thinking, are you shitting me?
Then check out the Bi Skeptical podcast.
Every 2 weeks, we discuss politics, religion, and current events from a skeptical point of view.
You can find us on iTunes, Spreaker, and Stitcher.
Check us out, because in the end, we're all a little bi-curious.
Just like you used
And we're back.
And we're back.
I get to say it, damn it. All right, Gumby.
Said it.
No, wait. We're going to do a woo report.
We need
the bumper.
Do you?
Yes, sir. We need the bumper.
I'm not a scientist, but sorry.
I'm not a scientist, but if I can tell you your science sucks, your science really sucks.
That just makes no fucking sense. I mean, it's just bullshit. Fuck.
Speaking of bullshit.
All right. So, the FDA announced this week that it's taking action against 14 U.S.-based companies for illegally selling more than 65 products that fraudulently claim to prevent, diagnose, treat, or cure cancer.
This might be a couple weeks ago now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, we're always ahead of the curve, right? Nobody's going to listen to it right away. They're going to listen to this in like 3 months and be like, oh, yeah, probably at the same time.
Sure.
Anyway, products include pills, topical creams, ointments, oils, drops, syrups, teas, and diagnostic devices. Yeah, you can buy your own diagnostic devices to decide if you have the cancers.
For sure.
Can be useful.
They're sold mostly on websites and social media platforms. In warning letters posted on the FDA's website, the agency demanded responses within 15 days from the companies stating how the violations will be corrected. Failure to respond may result in legal action, including product seizure, injection, and or criminal prosecution.
Punishment's getting a little harsh at the FDA.
The FDA also posted mugshots of several of the products. So
He just did air quotes, guys.
Yes, air quotes.
Because
you
they're
can
not
hear
mug
the
shots.
air quotes.
Yeah, like then the mic went whoosh, whoosh, as he did
Or the cracking of his knuckles. Crack.
So there's lots of pages to this, but
Quote unquote.
One of those letters went to a company called Nature's Treasures, Inc. In addition to
That sounds
selling
dirty.
quack cancer treatments for both humans and pets.
I'll give you
cancer
Nature's
treatments for your
Treasures.
pets.
Yeah, sorry.
Nature's Treasures marketed thermography for breast cancer detection, which, according to the FDA, the company's claims for thermography provides evidence that the device is intended for diagnostic screening for detecting of breast cancer, including as a sole screening device, which
That's
the federal law
insane.
prohibits, right?
Right, yeah.
I don't even understand what mechanism that doesn't make no sense.
So technically, if they can use thermography to diagnose cancer, that's how snakes see. So
Yeah.
technically,
So-
snakes can diagnose cancer.
Snakes
So all you need is a
know
snake.
if you have cancer.
Yeah.
Or
That's why they get
If
so
only
pissy.
they could communicate.
Yeah.
Cancer is not going to be a different temperature than the rest of the fucking
no.
tissue. That makes no fucking
not
sense.
snakes.
There's no physics.
predator. You
That-
just need a predator.
There you go. That's
Predator knows
that's
if you
why
have
he was
cancer.
so pissy.
Right, because
That's why
everybody's
he had
got
such
cancer.
A chip on his shoulder.
God damn it.
Just fucking try to cure cancer. God damn it.
The scientist
Or he's
in the
got the
room is
cancer.
like just getting frustrated.
I think she dropped a stitch.
So,
I
what
did
is
fucking drop
thermography
a
and how
stitch
is it
'cause of
used
that
to
shit.
detect breast cancer? Well, I'm glad you asked, Lisa.
I did fucking ask. I
As
asked.
its name implies, thermography measures differences in temperature.
Yes.
Most systems use infrared imaging to achieve these measurements.
Uh-huh.
Nothing magical about it. The technology has been used for various applications for decades. But the rationale for applying it to detection of breast cancer is that breast cancers,
Ghost detection.
plural, tend to induce angiogenesis. Did I say that right?
Angiogenesis.
Angiogenesis.
Means
Like I said.
growing blood vessels.
Right. Which
Just
is
what he
nothing
said.
more than the ingrowth of new blood
That's
vessels.
hot. I'm sorry.
Okay, but those changes in temperature, if they exist, are going to be very minute, and they're not going to be something that you're going to be able to resolve with anything like that. No.
Yeah,
No.
well,
Angiogenesis fail.
yeah.
She just poked a hole in your argument.
It's not my argument. I don't
Yeah, why do you believe in this shit, Destin?
The problem is, as he pointed out, claims of integrative physicians, naturopaths, chiropractors, and homeopaths notwithstanding. Notwithstanding. There aren't any baseline measurements for sensitivity and specificity. There's no widely agreed upon standard for test performance and interpretation. Even if Even if there were acceptable standards, we don't know whether thermography is cost effective. That doesn't make any sense. There's a potential for overdiagnosis and overtreatment, even if, as promoters claim, lesions are detectable before cancer.
But this is like a home thing you can think for your home.
Yeah.
And sorry, they're using this as a diagnosis for breast, not like just a screening tool, but a diagnosis.
Sorry, yeah.
So here goes.
So because you realize there's a difference there, really, because I mean, like a self breast exam, which is a wonderful home based way to try to find breast cancer, and it is free.
You can't pay for it if you want to.
Yes,
true.
Sometimes you can get the extra happy ending.
That's what those guys are offering online, right? Now I understand. But that's more of a screening as well. Mammography is also a screening test. It's not diagnostic, right?
No.
You can't tell what stage the breast. That's what a diagnosis means. They tell you, oh, it's stage what, TB or T2B, and then also there's a series of other whether it's progesterone receptive, estrogen receptive, HER2 positive. So there's a blood test basically there's genetic analysis that gets done. So that's what a diagnosis means. That's not the same.
So they're saying that
somehow you're going to do
you can
tell the stage
all these things.
No.
Through
even if
the
they're just saying
temperature of it.
detecting it, even if they're just meaning to detect it.
Even as a screening tool, no.
But
I don't
thermography
think so.
fails to detect 3 out of 4 cancers that were known to be present in a breast.
That is very bad. Is that bad specificity?
75%
that's bad
failure
sensitivity.
rate.
That's bad sensitivity. 75, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You're going to get on an airplane. They told you there was a 25% chance you're getting there.
You would not get on that plane.
I would think not.
Nope.
Insert United joke here.
So, in addition to the claims for thermography, the
think that
FDA is
counts.
warning this particular person who runs this company to take down statements regarding various nostrums she sells. Like Oxycell is the best choice for liver disease or cancer.
Oh, they can cure liver disease?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's wonderful.
Where'd that start? Because that doesn't exist. Disbiocide treats patients suffering from stomach parasites. Colostrum LD capsules.
Mm-hmm.
Colostrum, that's that's breast milk.
Breast
that's
milk
early.
capsules.
That's early because when you first have a baby, your milk is called colostrum for 2 days.
It's pre-milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Eliminates harmful pathogens and fights infections.
Ew, where do they get this shit? Like,
Neuro O2
They make it up.
supports during neurodegenerative states, hypoxia states, stroke recovery, brain injury recovery. Because you can just recover from brain injuries.
Sorry, going back, hang on for a second there. Sorry, what I was asking is where do they physically get the colostrum? Are they milking?
Oh no,
like
they probably have volunteers.
that's no, but you don't know what diseases people have, and that's just would you get blood from like a random
There's
website? That's disgusting.
So here's
There's
the cost.
Milk sharing stuff online.
Yeah. Okay, but this is extra.
There's
gross.
no depths to the bottom of the
really
internet.
There really isn't any bottom.
If you go to their website, if you click on thermography, it takes you to the website of Thermography Today, also owned by Shanazarian.
Did you go there?
No.
Oh, you're gonna get the worst banner ads ever if you do that.
It'll give your computer cancer.
And
It
then
will
offer to
give
cure
your
it.
computer actually.
And then offer to cure it with thermography.
Now, they offer full body for $375 for a scan.
Good deal.
For a scam. Or
scam.
just the breast thermography for $275 and one free reach around.
Well, yeah.
No,
I doubt it's free. I really do doubt it's free.
That's the discount site. You can go right next to it. Man, we'll do we'll give you a full body
same thing
for half price.
Plus a reach around.
So here's their two doctors. So the thermograms are presumably read by the two doctors we work with, Dr. Ben Johnson. That's not a real person. MD,
It is. He was an Olympic sprinter.
Yeah.
He's probably a stock photo guy.
Yeah. MD, NMD, DO.
I don't know
What
anything
the
about
fuck is DO?
Masters of Medical douchebaggery?
NMD is probably a non-medical doctorate.
No, so these things, like, I don't know in this particular case, but there's like a million different accreditation and tests
so
and
many
shit that doctors can do, and I have no idea.
He lives in Georgia and owns his own thermography firm in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh.
And the other one is Gregory Melvin, also not a real name.
Gregory.
A chiropractor.
Really?
Because
Like,
they're
literally?
doctors, so they're considering him a doctor.
That's awesome. But he's actually a chiropractor.
Yeah, that's what it
that
says.
makes me happy. Just because that's so ridiculous.
Okay.
Silence fills the room on that level
So
of
people are
ridiculous.
allowed to do this, but I can't open up my fucking... See, I want to open up my own store. Not my own place, my
I
own
know.
clinic
I know.
called Woo. That just milks
Literally
insurance
and
companies out of their money.
Oh. Not like people. I mean, you do it with people now in cars, but it's better to do it with insurance companies.
See, this is the problem. Do you know why you can't do it? Because you can't be absolutely truthful in your advertising. Okay, hi, welcome, come on in. We take your money and kick you in the balls.
No, that's the beauty of
We
it. I
take
would
your
be
money,
honest.
kick you in the balls, and then give you half your money back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking your money. I'm taking your coverages money that you can spend.
We only take people who have insurance.
Yeah. You have to be. You have to be.
Because we don't want to rip you
I
off.
will help you.
I can't kick
perform
you in the balls
insurance
today. You don't have insurance.
I'm sorry, you don't have insurance.
You have one guy just lined up. And he's like, he's not covered. Jim, he's not covered. But he's not covered. Okay.
He's got
him
cash. No, we can't take him.
You're just not allowed to kick him in the balls. It's just that simple.
I came 8,000 miles to get kicked in the ball.
I like kicking the balls.
All right.
Fuck was that, dude?
Angela. What do you got for a
That
story?
was Cartman.
What?
Yes.
That was Eric Cartman.
Oh, that was
I knew
a
it.
shit Cartman
Yeah,
impersonation.
I didn't say it was a good Cartman.
Speaking
I
of
got
kicking in the
best-
balls,
I got the best story.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
Side
You
babe,
always get the best.
I have a super big girl crush, just a fucking crush on Cy Babe.
Still
Also
can't get a
known
hold
as
of her to
Yvette
get her on the show.
D'Entremont. Yeah, I know she's a slippery one. And she wrote an article called.
That's
like
why the
that?
crush.
You
At
like
least in
that?
your imagination, she is. Eh?
Yes.
Slip and slide.
Oh my god.
Home plate.
After some homeopathic cough syrup.
Freudian slip. Freudian slip.
It goes to the throat.
Homeopathic cockster.
Okay.
She wrote an article called "The Unbearable Wrongness of Gwyneth Paltrow." It was so much fun to read, and it was so good.
I'm still laughing at fake cocktail. Diluted.
I haven't seen you cry laugh before. This is a good day, folks.
And no, we're not stoned. We should be, but we're not.
Should be, but we're not.
This time next year, probably.
This is drug free, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So the thing that, like, I think this is something that we all already know. This article was so incredibly well written. It was just a joy to read, and also there's some funny things that she talks about. Like, she just talks about how much bullshit that Gwyneth Paltrow spews because she's selling something. Ultimately, she's selling detoxes and she's selling
Jade eggs.
Jade
The
eggs.
jade eggs, yeah.
Yeah. So it's fucking crazy. Like, she talks about toxins and detoxes and all this stuff. But the best part is she talks about how sadly most people use their yoni. That's what she refers to as your vagina.
Because she's appropriating a yoga term.
Yeah. Everybody does bullshit. So the best quote that I read.
Sorry. Who calls it a Gwyneth Paltrow?
Gwyneth, yeah.
A yoni.
Oh, sorry.
It's a yoni.
Yoni.
Paltrow yoni.
So she says
That's
that
what we
our
actually call it
vaginas.
at the hospital too.
Yeah.
You have yoni cancer. That's what we say.
Damn it.
It's true. Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
But can you imagine? Okay, she says that our vaginas are psychic trash bins, storing old or negative energy.
If your psyche's centered in your what's the term again?
Yoni?
Your yoni.
Vagina.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm sticking
Yes,
with
that's
yoni.
right.
Vagina?
Regina?
Is yoni just for people who are afraid to say vagina?
She just, I don't know. She's just appropriating. It's just, she's, because she, and she's selling lubricant that's oil-based lubricant, which dissolves latex and makes a condom ineffective.
But by the power of positive thinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the power of positive thinking,
power of
you can
positive
fly
thinking, you will
and prevent
not get herpes.
pregnancy. Yes, that as well.
Except when you do from the yoni eggs.
Exactly.
Nasty.
It's so terrible. It's so terrible.
Nasty shit.
It sounds like some horrible freshwater fish.
Why don't men have
tries
this
to eat
shit?
you.
You know, where's their freaking
They have
dildo
it.
eggs? I don't know what
They have
I
it.
want them to.
Penis
So-
enlargement.
The eggs,
Yeah,
the eggs, which retail for $55,
magic
can help
pills
cultivate sexual energy, increase orgasm, balance the cycle, stimulate key reflexology around vaginal walls, tighten and tone, prevent uterine prolapse, increase control of the whole perineum, and bladder, develop and clear chi pathways in the body, intensify feminine energy, and invigorate our life force.
How do you have control over your gooch? How is that even possible?
Wouldn't
Great.
you
Now,
like to
now,
know?
now all I got in
I don't
my
know if
head
I
now
can
is
keep it straight.
Millennium, perineum, and millennium.
I'm thinking vaginal CrossFit.
Yeah.
But you
There's
gotta
some
do
people that can
Kegels.
pick
There's
up really
Kegels,
heavy things
man.
with their vagina.
Yeah.
I've seen that men do that
Yeah.
with their junk too.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen pictures.
It's crazy.
Those people
It's
are
crazy.
really weird.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I went for a
Normal,
joke,
right?
but
It's normal.
She also advocates burning your bras and
Totally
like she
normal.
says that lingerie that you have worn with previous partners can retain the bad energy
Right.
from that
Psychic
relationship.
baggage.
Is she insane?
It's really important to burn it because you just
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
cleansing
And then buy
ritual.
more from her, right?
Definitely.
of course.
Yeah.
She says
See, the problem is like, you know how they always rail against the Hollywood elite. You know what they should be saying is about the Hollywood fucking stupid. Because the problem is they make so much goddamn money that they don't have to actually think.
Yeah.
They just can sit around in their Malibu
Yeah.
home with their
This is what real affluenza looks like.
like it's like that book. Is Gwyneth Paltrow wrong about everything?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
And the answer is a resounding yes.
yes.
Yep.
She also Yvette also talks about the vagina steaming that Gwyneth
Steaming.
is a fan of.
Which apparently will never go away.
No.
Why?
She
What
says
is
it's
this?
an energetic release, not just a steam douche that balances female hormone levels.
Sorry,
That's her
Gwyneth
new
Paltrow
name,
said-
Steam Douche.
If you're in LA, you have to do it.
Ms. Paltrow sells steam douches for your vajayjay.
Yes.
She doesn't sell them herself, but she is a proponent.
She doesn't perform them herself.
She doesn't do it
No.
herself. But
Although that is
She
now the
highly
official
recommends
new
it, though.
nickname for Chris Martin of Coldplay.
yeah.
Steam douche.
So Yvette asked an expert what she thought about steaming your vagina as an exercise and relaxation.
Like you're trying to get the wrinkles out, or
And her recipe for sometimes you just have a shower. It's steamy in there. Oh, he's giggly today.
Hey, we aren't the only ones with wrinkly privates. Fuck off.
no, it's just funny.
I'm sure there's a lot of wrinkly sacks in this room.
It is warm in here.
That's the new title. I'm sure.
Wrinkly sacks.
A lot of wrinkly sacks in
You're
there.
not going to get as many.
Wrinkly crotches.
No, don't you? You're not going to get as many downloads as with the Italian blowjobs. I'm sorry. Our listeners are not going
my
to. They're going to be like, no, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Hey, I found a follow-up article
Sorry for the
that.
derail there.
You'll get a new demographic instead.
But so the expert recommends having an orgasm. That's just as effective as a steam douche. Just fucking masturbate.
obviously,
I
we're
recommend
fine.
an orgasm for every situation.
It's so good. And then she talks about Tracy Anderson, who is Paltrow's business partner. And I didn't know this, but Tracy Anderson also, and Cory is a fan of the working out and will understand. Well, I don't know. Tracy Anderson thinks that women will bulk up if they lift more than 3 pounds.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah, that's actually a pretty common myth.
It is huge. Normal cardio activities like running and cycling give you a bulky derriere. Adults should eat baby food as part of a balanced diet.
Actually, the whole the way that men build muscle and the way that women build muscle is entirely hormonal and based on testosterone levels.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Exactly. It has nothing to do with how heavy the weights are.
Nope.
But
so
cardio doesn't give you more muscle.
No, it does not.
Definitely not.
It just burns fat.
And lots of women lift very heavy weights and still are very female.
Hot.
They're
That's right.
still women. Like they're still feminine.
Exactly.
Well, like Cory, he lifts a lot of weights. And
He has a very girlish figure.
The only thing setting me off is the beer belly.
Yeah, don't do the 2-piece, man. Stick to 1 piece.
Everybody is a bikini body.
Thanks, Angela.
You're welcome.
Did you know how to get a bikini body? You
put on a bikini.
You put a bikini on your body. Yeah, that's.
You have to wear your bikini to the podcast one night.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll wear one
And
too.
just to be a smartass, now that you said that, think of Gumby in a Speedo.
No,
Congratulations.
No.
Mankini.
Mankini. Yes. One of those ones that
The
just...
1 piece that goes all the way.
Yes.
I actually would enjoy
This
that.
episode will now come with a photograph of what Gumby looks like.
In a mankini. Yes. This article is brilliant, though. Like seriously, it was a joy to read.
Just
it was
ripped
a joy to read.
the Paltrow apart on just so many levels.
Yeah, it did, and it's just so eloquent and so fucking hilarious. The biting sarcasm was brilliant. It's for anyone out there that wants to read it. It's from theoutline.com. It's fantastic.
But that's just it. Is there seems to be this thing in Hollywood that you reach a certain level of success, and then suddenly you have to start marketing other things,
Or become batshit crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, what is with that?
Don't you like become rich enough or exclusive enough that you have people around you that don't contradict you? You have just yes people.
Well,
But I don't
That's the
want to
problem.
just be known as an actor either, right?
But that's just it. Is some of those people come up to them and go,
Gotta be a
"You know,
business
I have this great idea," and the problem is and how many of them don't even realize that it's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like the truth of the matter is, you know, I got this warehouse full of fucking jade eggs that I need to unload. I have this crazy idea. No, that's not how it works.
No.
It's like they come up to him, Gwyneth, I have this wonderful idea. They're called yoni eggs. If you invest with me, we'll make additional millions of dollars, and it's awesome for all these bullshit reasons that I'm not going to.
You'll magically heal all these women in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
You know. But that's just it. Is because they have the money, like the disposable money, and that they're like, well, I want to divest my portfolio, and then they have all these crazy fucking people coming up to them, and that's how this shit happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're already susceptible to woo, then yeah, they would probably make more expensive mistakes.
If you're above and beyond normal means like us, then you're no longer as grounded, I would think. Because you live your whole life view is different. Just like that interview that Captain Smith did with Prince. Where he said, like, the guy is just fucking out there. Well, he's
I
really
want
out
a
there
fucking
now.
giraffe. But Prince, it's Minnesota.
Get him a fucking giraffe.
And he just couldn't understand why he couldn't have one.
Yeah. I think, you get to that point where you're rich enough or famous enough where everyone's just like, all right.
Isn't it? I don't know. Maybe I've dealt with mental illness in too many ways that this is just like we're just making excuses for people who are wealthy to not get treatment for their mental illness. Like,
but the only thing is it's not necessarily mental illness because in that weird fucked up world, this stuff is fully, you know, you have like very respected, quote unquote, air quotes, whatever, regressive live therapists. We'll just go down to they're fourth floor office down on Sunset. Like there's an entire world of woo that the ultra rich can just, like I remember reading like
some of it it just seems so clearly delusional. Like it's the only way that you can buy into some of it is just like you have to be connecting in a like things together that don't connect together, right? Like,
because there's in that world, you're so separated from what we would call reality.
Yeah,
that
you have people cooking for you. You have like the article talks about, if you want a body like Gwyneth Paltrow, it costs you $30,000 a year.
Why?
Just gym memberships and detoxes and things like that.
And the thing is,
but are detoxes really doing it?
My gym membership cost me $50 a month.
Yeah, but
detoxes
again,
don't do anything.
Nope.
But think about it this way:
you have a built-in detox.
That's right.
Think of it this way, though, Cory. If you're independently wealthy, where that was part of your so-called job is to work out.
Well, I'd spend the day at the gym.
Yeah, I mean, but there's a world of difference too, though. There's someone like, say, The Rock, who has an actual athletic background and working out, and the guy is a fucking monster.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Way meatier
or someone
than he
that
ever was.
that had got basically, let's face facts. Gwyneth Paltrow got hired because she was pretty for her first like acting job, and then just kind of progressed. She wouldn't have the same kind of background. She'd just be, I have to maintain this. What's the quickest, easiest way to maintain it? Shoot apple cider up your ass. Here you go.
I'll try anything that's easy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I, for one, think that The Rock should run for president.
Okay, let's not talk about that.
Yeah,
let's go on to
brought up
Lisa's
The Rock.
story.
Wait.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm just enjoying. I'm soaking in the rosy glow of Cybabe's sweet ass article.
Yeah, just shredding Gwyneth Paltrow.
Just brilliant. I'm going to go back, and that's going to be my bedtime story later.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
My story is from The Guardian. It's entitled, Do Women's Periods Synchronize When They Spend Time Together? So I don't know if you guys have ever heard.
I've heard this myth a million times.
It didn't even occur to me to think of it as a myth. Just growing up, everyone said when women live together, their periods.
Oh yeah, no, it was just.
And I'm just like, okay, well, whatever.
It's
and
such
I never
a myth.
really.
It's become almost like a stand-up comedy trope.
So I didn't even know that it was. I just like that's a thing that happens. Everyone says it's true. I have no idea. Like I never really thought and revisited it, but apparently. There was a study carried out by the period tracking and fertility app Clue in partnership with the University of Oxford. They had 1,500 responses, which are narrowed down to 360 pairs of women's. And they analyzed the results, and they found that actually the vast majority, 273 pairs, had a greater difference in period start dates at the end of the study than at the beginning. In other words, menstrual syncing is a myth. And up there with periods being tied to the waxing and waning of the moon. So,
I thought that one was legit.
It's not legit.
It's not.
So what was really
you were wrong.
People fucking cling to that one though. The yogis be all up in that business.
But it's very interesting because like they interviewed one of the scientists on the studies, and she said that menstrual syncing amongst the sample we had did not exist. We've also done some statistical tests and found that differences in cycle actually grows. That doesn't mean that the pairs go out of sync. It means that they were never in sync in the first place. The nature of two mathematical series that keep repeating is that the series will diverge as the numbers grow. So this article also refers to an earlier study done at Harvard in 1999. Or no, sorry, a different one. Sorry, this one is in. Sorry, it doesn't give a year, but it's called the Menstrual Synchrony and Suppression paper, and they looked at 135 college students, and they found that there was a synchronization way back in the day, but that study has since been debunked. So
okay,
yeah. Turns out it's not true. I didn't
bullshit,
know that.
guys.
It's bullshit.
So I actually read up on this before.
Good for you. That's all I did. I read the one article.
No. Before this even came up.
You wanted to know if your period would synchronize with...
Well, no, because I had a girlfriend that says that her and her best friend, Vanessa and Tammy, Wow.
You don't have to name them on the
Forget
freaking podcast.
they're not
You
listening.
remembered her friend, but not his girlfriend.
But not the girlfriend that I dated for like 5 years.
I even remember her.
Anyway, she said it was a thing. I'm like, no, it can't be because it doesn't. It's physiology, and when they said that the timing
pheromones
actually
and shit.
the timing does actually it actually changes.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I can't understand that. I'm like, all right, let's go for a drive, and I'll show it to you while we're driving.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to a red light, and the guy in front of us was turning left. I turned on my left blinker.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, now you see how they're a second apart? Oh, now they're 2 seconds apart. They're both blinking, but they're blinking at different speeds.
Right.
It's
Right. And so what might happen is people
Did she
anecdotally
believe
might
you?
say,
yeah.
they might be like, oh my God, I'm on my period. Oh my God, I'm on my period too. Oh my God, we're the same. But it just happens to be that if you're cycling through something, you have a slightly different cycle time, like the total period of your cycle, like the period of your period.
Why did I instantly imagine some drunken conversation in a nightclub bathroom?
No, but these are with women who live together. So these are women who are very comfortable with each other, and they're going to talk about that kind of shit.
Or one could have started 2 days earlier.
Yeah. Right, or
But
because of course
they both have the
there's a
periods.
period of time when it's on. The period lasts a period, and it has a period to the repetition. It's all very confusing. Period. But the long and short of it is, these things will they may be like, oh my God, my period, oh my God, we're synced, oh my God. But like it's just.
I often think of it in the same way as I think of the moon and weird behavior. Like people recognize the hits, but they ignore the misses. Like it's very much like, oh well, this is the case when this is happening.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it doesn't cycle with
for the
moon,
rest of the
but
year. You don't even think about it.
Yeah.
If Virgo is in the house of Cancer, does that have an effect?
Yes.
Okay.
No. The
Clearly.
answer is
Clearly.
always
Just said yes.
no.
Great. Now I got that
They're both
soundtrack in
smarter than
my
us, they
fucking
said
head.
yes.
They're lying.
This is the dawning of the
Yeah, that's the one.
See, when you say Virgo, all I think is the Virgo cluster of galaxies, which I studied for my PhD thesis.
Oh, there you go. Boom.
All I think of.
She thinks of something smart.
Well, different.
And also, there people think that like the strong females, the weaker females, their periods sync to the strong female because
because they're not alphas.
The alpha.
hormones are stronger and they have tentacles that affect the lesser ladies.
Tentacles.
The lesser ladies.
You watch too many Japanese cartoons.
My period would be synchronized to yours for sure.
I was thinking the
No, I
opposite.
would sync to you, baby.
You watch too many bad Japanese cartoons.
I would synchronize my period to yours.
I just follow Chippy on Facebook.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
He definitely watches too much bad shows.
So I noticed Chippy's a really fidgety person, right?
Who the fuck is Chippy? Am I not
we're
cool?
talking
My
about
Filipino
somebody
coworker,
that
sales
nobody
guy.
knows.
The super nice.
Nobody knows.
You met him.
Yeah.
He was on the show once.
I'm sure I met
person
him.
He
that we-
was.
Yeah.
But he's a really fidgety and always has to be doing something with his hands. He's got yo-yos and stuff at work because he's just that kind of person.
Okay.
I saw those spinner things about 2 months ago.
Yes.
And I showed them to him and they were neat. And then now all 3 of my coworkers have these spinners and they walk around with them all day at work. And I'm like, you guys are in like between your 20s and 30s.
Those fidget spinner
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
My daughter wants one of those, and I said no because
Some schools
it's
have
fucking
banned them.
annoying.
Some schools have banned them.
Yeah.
Good for you, Corey. You're the best dad.
Why? Why ban them?
Because they're distractions in class.
Well,
They're
there's lots
super
of distractions.
loud.
Some of them make no noise at all.
Yeah.
The good ones don't make any noise.
I'm so fidgety, I can't like sit here on a podcast and not knit, so I can't really judge.
Let's ban the knitting. Yeah.
Yeah.
No knitting.
You're too distracted.
I just eat. Can you
Although
ban that?
technically
I
this
eat
is the
and
class
knit.
where they actually have to
People
pay
ban
attention.
eating forever.
Nobody actually needs to pay attention while they're here, so fidgeting is okay.
Well, no, that's a myth that when I'm knitting, I'm not paying attention. I am certainly paying attention. I can chew gum and walk at the same time. It's
You're
just,
not chewing gum.
I find when my hands are
It's
busy,
a
I can
fucking
listen
metaphor.
better. I can listen way better when my hands are busy.
Yeah, me too.
That's another myth too, that men can't multitask and women can.
Well,
Nobody can
technically,
multitask.
nobody can multitask.
Yeah, that's true. Not 100% effectively. That's for
No.
sure.
You can only concentrate on one thing at a time.
I'm listening to you and knitting. I swear to fucking God, I am.
Yeah.
Well, but one of those things is getting more of your attention than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you guys because this is like it's very it's like muscle memory for me. It's just something I just
Yeah. Like we can walk and talk. Walking, people recommend walking while talking or like walking and having a meeting of some kind so that you can have a better conversation.
Yeah, because you're not paying attention to your surroundings; you're just existing. And then
What
your
about
mind's a little
what about when
Yeah.
you're drumming and one arm is doing something different than a leg? Is that multitasking? Is that
No, it's just muscle memory.
I think that's very. I'm not. I think that's practice.
I don't think that's multitasking.
Training. I don't
Guitars
think
are
it
the exact
qualifies.
same.
what's that?
A guitar is the exact same.
No, it's not actually. Drumming, you can do different timings with different appendages.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
So
100%
appendages.
different.
So
Even
is
wah-wah
Dave
pedals
Grohl
and
the
switching
ultimate multitasker
different
when he
wah-wahs?
plays drums and sings at the same time?
Or what about the people
Yeah.
with the one-man bands with the harmonica?
Yeah.
and
That's
clang,
cool.
clang, clang.
That's fucking impressive.
Bandoloni.
Like Bert
Yeah.
from
Remember
Mary
Bandoloni?
Poppins.
There was Bandoloni at Buffalo Days. He used to come all the time.
Never went to
Yeah.
Buffalo
Oh
Days.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's on.
You know what
Yeah.
the one
Queen City
band
X now.
band thing is?
I go for
His
cotton
menstrual
candy
cycle
when I
is
go home.
totally synced.
Yeah, that's right. He's got the most synced menstrual cycle. All right,
Brad Wall probably does because he's the world's biggest.
fucking.
I'm fucking writing a letter. God damn it.
Make sure it's angry.
Nope.
I'm
It's gonna
always
be
angry.
Really neat.
Always angry. I live in Saskatchewan, and Brad Wall is my premier. I'm always
And you live
angry.
or you lived in Weyburn.
This guy makes
Somebody
me.
told me to go
gives me
step
freaking
on Lego
heartburn.
because I was opposing. I was trying to say that the carbon tax.
They
was a
said
good
go
thing.
step on Lego.
Hashtag step on Lego.
That's super rude.
I do it all the time.
I was
I'm
going to say, I do
fucking
this like
immune.
every day. Like, yeah.
See, if the
Three
leader of your
people in my
country
household
tells you
love
have to
Lego.
do something and you refuse and you try to get people to band with you in your refusal, there's a term for that. And in some countries,
Sedition?
you'll get killed for it.
In some countries, there's actually a punishment involved. All right. Patreon. We don't have any more Patreon support. We actually were short a little bit last month.
One of our supporters
I'm sorry.
turned off his support like a douche. It was Gumby.
I didn't want to actually call him out on it. I wasn't
Oh,
sure
it's
if you
too
were
late.
broke or if it was a mistake, but
No, I ordered a new bank card and the expiry date's different on it.
I didn't want to shame you for being
you should,
broke.
You should have your
Oh, I
money
totally
back
brought it
now.
up.
It's too
You
late.
should have your money now.
It's
Bitch.
too late.
So we have one Patreon.
So no new Patreons.
Oh, no new ones. Okay.
Yeah.
Gumby Pickles.
I just want to emphasize that this show is entirely funded by me, and all these wonderful people that I sit with all the time are volunteering their time. So any money that you can go give us to help the show is greatly appreciated. And you'll never be charged more than $3 a month. And that gets you access to tons of patron-only
Charge more
content. Yeah, well, if you only did $1 an episode, it would never be more than $3 a month.
Oh, yeah, no. It might only be $1.
Well, it would usually be $2,
Okay.
but it would never be more than $3.
Not like back in the day.
No, that's
We
right.
should probably release an episode.
So there is, like I say, there's tons of Patreon exclusive content, including the full length ad free episodes, which have the music that we play during the break in them. There's exclusive monthly content for $5 patrons. There's 30 minutes we record after the live broadcast. And now my other show, Hardcore Skeptic Examines, is being posted there early before it releases to the public. So you can access all of that and more by becoming a patron at patreon.com/brainstormpodcast. No new iTunes reviews. Will sent us an email.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Not Will from Calgary, Will from down in the States. He says he finally got around to listening to some of the back episodes on Patreon, and because he's our top patron, he has access to all the $5 and up content. And
Is
some
he
of
the guy
this-
that's giving us $300 an episode?
There's nobody like that.
You, listener, could be that person.
Stop
You
derailing.
could
We
be
only have
that
7
person.
minutes.
Okay. So he was binging on some of the Patreon content from the oversharing with Justin Bender from Third Ion. Lisa is great. I loved the sidetracked on old man genitals. It was scientific, gross, and funny. I'm sorry you lost a patron. The music was great. And the bumper for religious nuttery makes him mad as well.
Oh.
Maybe that's why we're losing people.
He said he used to hear and believe that crazy shit.
Me too.
And we have an above average number of listeners named Will.
Awesome.
How many do we have and what's the average?
Well, I don't know what the average is.
So how do you know it's above that?
But the only ones that ever contact us are named Will. So I assume
when you have to clarify which one.
That's right. When you actually have to clarify. As someone in America, your jokes about America debating the definition of the word fact were brutal.
But true.
Oh.
He says, I'm trying to fight and not bury my hand in the sand, but sometimes it feels like an impossible task. And I understand that. We all feel that, I think, quite constantly.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
He says, I don't even have a U.S. rep until June, and there's a 50-50 shot my rep will be a whack job, racist, religious fanatic. So how do you fight when a large part of society is against you? That's why activists in Texas are so impressive. It's worse there, and somehow they are able to fight this system. On the $5 patron content we had, I put out a story about how I need an outlet and some of my progress in looking through for that. And he said he also needs an outlet, but so far blogs, videos, and podcasts don't work for him. And one of the reasons, and he supports conferences and activism, and one of the reasons that he supports this show is because we did a conference. And I hope that we can continue doing that. I got so much on the go right now, and it's very tough for me to be I'm not a manager. I'm a doer. So what we need is a new manager. Somebody who can take over and actually manage this.
Oh.
And everybody's looking at Angela.
That's funny. It's funny how that works.
Because some people are better managers.
Dave's volunteering.
You're our leader, Angela, sort of.
Okay. So, and then part of that $5 Patreon content, there was also one of my social justice interviews with Edwin Hodge from Victoria, a PhD candidate from Victoria. And he said this was a very detailed interview, but he didn't want to comment until he listened through it again, and thought that it was a good one. All right. Plug your stuff. Quick.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Right
Nothing
now.
yet?
No. Still working on it.
Anybody?
No plugs.
No plugs?
Possible voice acting job.
Nice.
Sweet.
I don't
Perfect.
know, paid or not.
Either way.
Well, you've got a
Fucking
great
cool.
voice. They're lucky.
Dave, anything new?
Thanks for the plug,
new
Cory.
movie coming out next month.
What movie?
Named Talent.
That's okay.
Oh, yes, Talent.
I wrote the whole music.
I'm so excited about that.
It's going to be cool.
Oh, it's going to be cool.
And I'm going to hire Dave to do the intro music for my podcast.
And of course, I've got the Hardcore Skeptic Examines. It's all over the place. Skeptic.
Sweet.
And let's do some outro music quickly.
Bye.
That's the end of the episode. Thanks for listening. Check out show notes at thebrainstormpodcast.com and our website, brainstormblog.net. I'm still behind and I'm looking for some help to get caught up. Get in touch with me on Facebook, Twitter, or through the website, and we can negotiate a pay, and I'll fill you in on what I'm looking for. I already mentioned the tons of patron exclusive content, so if you want to become a patron, you can join the ranks of Will, Lisa, Rob, Aaron, Nathan, Daryl, Marissa, Janet, and Stephanie. Make sure to join us every second week when we broadcast live on Spreaker.com/user/brainstorm-podcast. Our next guest is Christine Shalska, PhD candidate at the University of Calgary, former president of Atheist Alliance International, and co-host on the Legion of Reason Diversion podcast. I suspect we may end up talking about blasphemy laws again. Thanks to Dr. Amy Tutour and David Richards for joining us this time around. You can find out more about Dr. Tutour by going to theskepticalob.com. And you can find out more about One System Sask by going to onesystemsask.ca. Those links will be in the show notes at thebrainstormpodcast.com and eventually on our main website. Thanks, Dave, for our intro music. Thanks to Alex Capper-Murdoch for doing the voiceover for the intro and some of our ads. And thanks to Jason Camo for our outro music. You can find his stuff at aloststateofmind.com. All music is played either with permission or under the SOCAN license to play. For more information on SOCAN, you can check out the music license info on our website. You can get your cool Brainstorm gear at cafepress.ca/brainstormpodcastgear. If you have a cool shirt or hat, take a pic and send it our way. Thanks again for listening, and remember, the truth matters.
This is an opinion-based podcast. Each person on the podcast is responsible for their own opinions, and those opinions don't necessarily reflect the views of the rest of the panel. Any guests or anyone associated with the people on the podcast, such as spouses, partners, children, other family members, friends, or employers. No one person speaks for the podcast with the possible exception of Cory, and he doesn't speak for anyone else on the show. The Brainstorm podcast does not represent the views of our sponsors.
We just wanted to say thanks to everyone who listens to us, shares the show, gives us a rating on iTunes or Stitcher, or supports us through Patreon and Gumroad. We don't have a lot of interaction sometimes with our listeners, but what we have had proves that we attract some of the best people around. Smart, kind, and cool. An audience truly worthy of the titles hardcore and woo-free. Thanks for helping us make the world a smarter place.